Good evening, dear children. You have seen a mouse and a cat many times, right? Today we are going to talk about a story of two mice. The name of the story is The Tale of Two Mice. Here the two mice are Timmy Willie and Johnny. Timmy Willie was a village mouse who was born in a village and he lived in the village. He was born in the garden of the village. He enjoyed fresh fruits and vegetables in the garden. On the other hand, Johnny was a city mouse. He was born in the city in a cupboard. You know what is a cupboard? An almirah. He was born in a cupboard in the city in a big house. Timmy Willie used to usually enjoy the fresh fruits and vegetables that the gardener used to grow in the garden. One day he smelled of peas, and he smelled of peas in a basket, and he entered into that basket quietly. He sneaked into that basket and he relished fresh peas from the basket. After eating a lot of peas, he felt sleepy and he slept off, he dozed off in the basket itself. And the gardener loaded this basket into a cart and drove the cart to the city, never realizing that a mouse was sleeping inside the basket. Now when he unloaded the basket in the big house in the city, that time suddenly Timmy Willie woke up from his sleep and realized that I am in a city, I am in a different place because I slept off in the basket after eating those peas. And when he sneaked out of the basket, he saw a cook running after him with a big stick. Somehow he escaped the clutches of the cook and he sneaked into a hole in the floor. And to his surprise, inside the hole, what he saw was a different world, a different scenario. What was it? It was, he saw that few mice were sitting on the dining table and enjoying dinner, and some of them serving them. That time Johnny, the city mouse, welcomed him in his group and he welcomed him to have dinner with them. And when he was having his dinner, Timmy Willie observed what was going around him. And those strange observations were what? He saw two mice were going up to the kitchen. From the hole, they were going up to the kitchen and bringing food items down. And also he saw that they were eating, enjoying, chit-chatting amongst themselves. He was very nervous. He was very confused. In this nervousness and confusion, he broke plates and glasses in the house. But Johnny comforted him and he said it's okay with everything what is happening, and for the night he offered him to sleep on a sofa in a hole in the sofa. And as soon as Timmy Willie reached near the sofa, he realized that it was smelling of cat. And he was very afraid of a cat. And he said, no, I can't sleep on this sofa. I better sleep off under the floor in a hole. And for that night, he slept under the floor in that hole. And next morning, what he saw was again full of surprises. What surprises? He saw that the mice were running from one corner of the house to the other corner of the house and throwing things and breaking things, and the big fat cat running after them, chasing, and all this going on in the house. There was lot of noise. Lot of noise was there in the house, and Timmy Willie somehow did not enjoy all this. Neither he liked the food of the city house, nor he liked that loud noise and clutter that was around him. He stayed there for a few days and then he bid goodbye to his friend Johnny and shared his desire to go back to the village house, because he was missing both. He was missing his fresh fruits and vegetables that he enjoyed in the village, in the garden, and the peace in the village, the peace in the garden, and that noise-free environment that he had in the village. Johnny was also very upset because his friend was leaving at the other time. Timmy Willie also was in a dilemma. When I say dilemma, he was a little confused, should I or should I not go? But finally, he boarded the cart of the gardener and left the city house for good, and enjoyed rest of his life in the village house.